Jeremiah 22 to 24. This is what Yahweh says: Go down to the house of the king of Judah, and speak this word there. Hear the word of Yahweh, king of Judah, who sits on David's throne, you, your servants, and your people who enter in by these gates. This is what Yahweh says: Execute justice and righteousness, and deliver him who is robbed out of the hand of the oppressor. Do no wrong, and do no violence to the foreigner, the fatherless, or the widow, nor shed innocent blood in this place. For if you do this thing indeed, then kings sitting on David's throne will enter in by the gates of this house, riding in chariots and on horses, he, his servants, and his people. But if you will not hear these words, I swear by myself, says Yahweh, that this house will become a desolation. For this is what Yahweh says concerning the house of the king of Judah: You are like Gilead to me, the summit of Lebanon. Yet surely I will make you a wilderness, cities which are not inhabited. I will prepare destroyers against you, everyone with his weapons, and they will cut down your choice cedars and cast them into the fire. Many nations will pass by this city, and they will each ask his neighbor, Why has Yahweh done this to this great city? And they will reply, Because they abandoned the covenant of Yahweh their God and worshipped other gods and served them. Do not weep for the dead, do not bemoan him, but weep bitterly for him who goes away, and he will return no more, and not see his native country. For this is what Yahweh says concerning Shallum, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, who reigned instead of Josiah his father, and who went out of this place. He will not return there any more, but he will die in this place, where they have led him captive. He will see this land no more. Woe to him who builds his house by unrighteousness, and his rooms by injustice, who uses his neighbor's service without wages, and does not give him his hire, who says, I will build myself a wide house and spacious rooms, and cuts out windows for himself with a cedar ceiling, and painted with red. Should you reign because you strive to excel in cedar? Did not your father eat and drink and do justice and righteousness? Then it was well with him. He judged the cause of the poor and needy, so it was well then. Was not this to know me, says Yahweh? But your eyes and your heart are only for your covetousness, for shedding innocent blood, for oppression, and for doing violence. Therefore, this is what Yahweh says concerning Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah. They will not lament for him, saying, All my brother, or all sister. They will not lament for him, saying, All Lord, or all his glory. He will be buried with the burial of a donkey, drawn and cast out beyond the gates of Jerusalem. Go up to Lebanon and cry. Lift up your voice in Bashan, and cry for Abarim. For all your lovers have been destroyed. I spoke to you in the prosperity, but you said, I will not listen. This has been your way from your youth, that you did not obey my voice. The wind will feed all your shepherds, and your lovers will go into captivity. Surely then you will be ashamed and confounded for all your wickedness, inhabitant of Lebanon, who makes your nest in the cedars. How greatly to be pitied will be the pangs come on you, the pain of a woman in travail. As I live, says Yahweh, through Konah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, were the signet ring on my right hand, yet I would pluck you up from there. I would give you into the land of those who seek your life, and into the hand of them of whom you are afraid, even into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and into the hand of Kistim. I will cast you out with your mother, who bore you into another country, where you were not born, and there you will die. But to the land to which their soul longs to return, there they will not return. Is this man Konah a despised, broken vessel? Is he a vessel in which no one delights? Why are they cast out, he and his offspring? and cast into the land which they do not know. O land, 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 hear the word of Yahweh. This is what Yahweh says. Record this man as childless, a man who will not prosper in his days. For no more will the man of his offspring prosper, sitting on the throne of David and ruling in Judah. Woe to the shepherds who destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, says Yahweh. Therefore, this is what Yahweh, the God of Israel, says against the shepherds who feed my people. You who scatter my flock, driven them away, and have not taken care of them, behold, I will punish you for the evil of your doings, says Yahweh. I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all the countries where I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they will be fruitful and multiply. I will set up shepherds over them, who will feed them, and they will no longer be afraid or dismayed, neither will any be lacking, says Yahweh. Behold, the day comes, says Yahweh, that I will raise to David a righteous branch, and he will reign as king and deal wisely, and will execute justice and righteousness in the land. In his days Judah will be saved, and Israel will dwell safely. This is his name by which he will be called, Yahweh, our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that they will no more say, As Yahweh lives, who brought up the sons of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but as Yahweh lives, who brought up and who led the offspring of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from the countries where I have driven them. Then they will dwell in their land. Concerning the prophets, my heart within me is broken, all my bones shake. I am like a drunken man, and like a man whom wine has overcome, because Yahweh, and because of his holy words, for the land is full of adulterers, for because of the curse of the land mourns. The pastures of the wilderness have dried up. Their curse is evil, and their might is not right. For both prophet and Kohen are profane. Yes, in my house I have found their wickedness, says Yahweh. Therefore their way will be to them as slippery places in the darkness. They will be driven on and fallen therein. For I will bring evil on them, even the year of their visitation, says Yahweh. I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria. They prophesied to Baal, and caused my people Israel to err. In the prophets of Jerusalem I have also seen a horrible thing. They commit adultery and walk in lies. They strengthen the hands of evildoers, so that no one returns from his wickedness. They have all become to me as Sodom, and its inhabitants as Gomorrah. Therefore, this is what Adonai Svaot says concerning the prophets. Behold, I will feed them with wormwood, and make them drink poisoned water. For from the prophets of Jerusalem ungodliness has gone out into all the land. This is what Adonai Svaot says. Do not listen to the words of the prophets who prophesy to you. They teach you vanity. They speak a vision of their own heart, and not out of the mouth of Yahweh. They say continually to those who despise me, Yahweh has said, You will have shalom. And to everyone who walks in the stubbornness of his own heart they say, No evil will come on you. For who has stood in the counsel of Yahweh, that he should perceive and hear his word? Who has listened to my word and heard it? Behold, the storm of Yahweh, his wrath, has gone out. Yes, a whirling storm. It will burst on the head of the wicked. The anger of Yahweh will not return until he has exalted, and until he has performed the intents of his heart. At the end of days, you will understand it clearly. I did not send these prophets, yet they ran. I did not speak to them, yet they prophesied. But if they had stood at my counsel, then they would have caused my people to hear my words, and would have turned them from their evil way, and from the evil of their doings. Am I a God at hand, says Yahweh, and not a God afar off? Can anyone hide himself in secret places, so that I cannot see him, says Yahweh? Do I not fill heaven and earth, says Yahweh? I have heard that the prophets have said, who prophesy lies in my name, saying, I had a dream, I had a dream. How long will this be in the heart of the prophets who prophesy lies, even the prophets of the deceit of their own heart? They intend to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they each tell his neighbor. As their father forgot my name because of Baal the prophet, who has a dream, let him tell a dream, and he who has my word, let him speak my word faithfully. What is the straw to the wheat, says Yahweh? Is not my word like fire, says Yahweh, and like a hammer that breaks the rock in pieces? Therefore, behold, I am against the prophet, says Yahweh, who each steal my words from his neighbor. Behold, I am against the prophets, declare Yahweh, who use their tongues and declare, he says, behold, I am against those who prophesy lying dreams, says Yahweh, who tell them and cause my people to err by their lies, and by their vain boasting. Yet I did not send them or command them. They did not profit this people at all, says Yahweh. When this people, or the prophet, or a Kohen, asks you, saying, what is the message from Yahweh? Then you shall tell them, what message? I will cast you off, says Yahweh. As for the prophet, the Kohen, and the people, who say, the message from Yahweh, I will even punish that man and his household. You will say everyone to his neighbor, and everyone to his brother, what has Yahweh answered, and what has Yahweh said? You will mention the message from Yahweh no more, for every man's own word has become his message. For you have perverted the words of the living God, Adonai Svaot, our God. You will say to the prophet, what has Yahweh answered you, and what has Yahweh spoken? Although you say, the message from Yahweh, therefore, this is what Yahweh says, behold, because you say this word, the message of Yahweh, and have sent to you, telling you not to say, the message from Yahweh. Therefore, behold, I will utterly forget you, and I will cast you off, and the city I gave to you and your fathers away from my presence, and I will bring an everlasting reproach on you, and a perpetual shame, which will not be forgotten. After Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had carried away captive Jeconiah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, and the prince of Judah, with the craftsmen and smiths from Jerusalem, and had brought them from Babylon, Yahweh showed me, and behold, 2 baskets of figs were set before the temple of Yahweh. One basket had very good figs, like the figs that were first ripe, and the other baskets very bad figs, which could not be eaten. They were so bad. Then Yahweh asked me, what do you see, Jeremiah? And I said, figs, and good figs, and very good, and the bad and very bad, so bad that cannot be eaten. The word of Yahweh came to me, saying, this is what Yahweh, the God of Israel, says, like these good figs, so I'll regard the captives of Judah, whom I have sent out from this place into the land of Casdim, for good. For I will set my eyes on them for good, and I will bring them again to this land. I will build them, and not pull them down. I will plant them, and not pluck them up. I will give them a heart to know me, that I am Yahweh. They will be my people, and I will be their God, for they will return to me with their whole heart. As for the bad figs, which cannot be eaten, they are so bad, surely thus says Yahweh, so I will give up to Zedekiah of Judah and his princes, and the remnant of Jerusalem who remain in the land. And those who dwell in the land of Egypt, I will even give them up to be tossed back and forth among all the kingdoms of the earth for evil, to be a reproach and a proverb, a taunt and a curse. And in all places where I will drive them, I will send the sword, the famine, and the pestilence among them, until they are consumed from off the land that I gave them and to their fathers.